On a good Rosh Chodesh and a good Erev Shabbos to all of our listeners. Welcome back to another week of the Makor College Experience Parsha podcast. We're in season 2, episode 16, and we are back after a nice break over Pesach. All of the guys are back, all the teachers are back, and it's been an exciting week back. I, for one, am really happy to be here. And I know the other Talmidim here have all had an exciting week back also. And I hope all of our listeners had an amazing Pesach wherever you celebrated. This week's Parsha, Shabbos Rosh Chodesh, is a double Parsha. It's a very holy week. 2 Parshios, Shabbos Rosh Chodesh. We are in the holy days of Sfira. It's a very holy Shabbos. And in this week's Parsha, we learn a lot about the power of speech and just how much responsibility we have with the speech that Hashem has given us. Speech is one of the things that separates us from animals. Animals have their way of speaking, and we have our way of speaking. And we learn throughout the Mishnayos and throughout Gemara about different ways of speaking. Talmud Yerushalmi, in the Gemara, it says that all unnecessary speaking is bad, with exception to the speech of Torah. Rabbi Shimon ben Gamliel taught, he said, I grew up my entire life among scholars, and I did not find anything as beneficial to the body as silence. Action is the main thing, not talk. And whoever speaks too much will bring upon himself bad averos. And Shlomo Melech also said, even a fool is considered a wise man if he remains silent. So, different viewpoints on speech. Shlomo Melech says, even a fool is considered a wise man if he remains silent. So, clearly, there are times where we are told to speak up. Right? We all know about advocacy, speaking up for each other, speaking up for ourselves. Rabbi Shimon ben Gamliel taught, though, that silence itself is also a really good midah. I know for myself, the midah that I look up to the most, because it's a midah that I struggle with, is silence. I love to talk. Probably what makes me a good teacher. I love to talk. Or at least what makes me a teacher. I love to talk. But silence and knowing when to be silent is also a very important midah. We have in the classroom another teacher, Reb Zev. Reb Zev, knowing when to speak and when not to speak. That is truly a very important skill.
Sure. No question.
So, when do we find ourselves really stuck in a position of, I should really speak up. I should really say something. Because knowing when not to speak, that seems a little simpler. Okay, don't say something bad. You know, when something, when you want to roast your friend, all right, maybe you shouldn't do that. You know, but when do we have to tell ourselves, like, now is the hard time, now is the hard part where I have to really step up and say something?
I mean, there could be many situations. It could be if you see, let's say, a family member doing something you don't think they should be doing. I've had that with my family in certain times. Or just in general, you see something, doing something that's maybe not like stealing, but you don't think they should be doing. You think there's should I say something? Should I not?
But is it also true that sometimes you shouldn't step on?
Yeah, one of the big things of being a social worker is learning how to listen and not just talk the whole time. Mm-hmm. So it's definitely a big part of social work as you learn in social work school, and it can be hard sometimes, especially if you love to talk. But there are definitely lots of times where you should just. It's all about listening.
I know that feeling.
Yeah.
I'm loving to talk.
Yeah.
I hear. And sometimes you have to know. I mean, the Chavetz Chaim talks about there's a big mitzvah to be halcheach tochiach,
Sure.
to tell the person that that you see doing something wrong, to tell them that you shouldn't do that. But the Chafetz Chaim also recognizes that it's not always the right thing to go over to someone else and say, stop doing that, that's bad. Don't just run over to everyone that you see doing wrong things all willy-nilly and just start yelling at them.
Sure.
There's a way to do things. There's a way to do things, there's a way to say things, and there's also a time and place to say things. And this week's Parsha tells us that, going over to someone else and just, saying lashon hara about another person, just trashing your friend for no reason, or even in some cases, even if there is a reason, just trashing your friend, can lead to tzaras. We saw Miriam. Miriam got tzaras.
Mm-hmm.
Miriam got tzaras for lashon hara that she said. We have to be very careful. The power of speech is something that Hashem gave us to do some pretty important and some pretty valuable things. Rabbi Yochanan in the studio. We have a big schos of having Rabbi Yochanan in the studio. Rabbi Yochanan and I saw each other in Florida over Pesach. Baruch Hashem, I had the schos. What's that?
Echoes, because I didn't see you on Pesach.
I did. I saw you at Shul.
Oh, you saw me Shul?
I saw you at Shul.
Yeah.
We had the schos of seeing each other at the Thank You Hashem Shul.
Yes.
On Chol Moed. Did I see you over Yom Tov also, or did you not daven there in Yom Tov?
I
can't remember.
No, I think we done in the tent, and also we done in the house meeting.
Here. Okay, but I saw you on Chol Moed.
Yeah.
That I remember.
Yes.
Yochanan was dancing his heart out during Hallel. Dancing his heart out. One of the most inspirational Hallels I've ever seen. Largely in part to Yochanan's intense focus and powerful tefillas and passion in his tefillas that I had the schos to witness. So shkoyach for that.
Okay.
Speaking of using your words for holy things, Yochanan, what are some of the ways that we are able to use the power of speech in a good way? In a positive way.
Just keep positive. Don't think about bad things, and don't think about negative things. Just put that behind your back and just throw it away, and look in front of you, the positive in front of you.
Oh, we like to quote the Lubavitch Rebbe a lot in Shir. And the Rebbe says, think good and it'll be good. If you have good thoughts and you think positively, positive things happen. Positive things happen. And then, if you think positively about your friend, you're less likely to talk trash about him. Right? You think positive about other people, and you'll speak positively about them. Right? That's great advice. There are some other beautiful things that we do with our word right now. During the days of Sfira, we count Sfira with our words. Today is the 15th day of the Omer. What a schos I have that I get to say that. I get to count up towards Shavuos, towards Matan Torah. Right? To use those words in a negative way to trash your friend. Right? We should be uplifting our friends. Right, Yochanan?
Yes.
Think of a time where you were able to look at someone, you were able to uplift them.
So I remember when I uplift someone. I'm trying to think. It was a long time ago. I don't know when. And I'm very into davening, inspiration, at davening, and someone saw me that I'm davening Chodesh, and
like me, I got to witness.
Yeah. Thank you. And the rabbi said that can you come to speak to my class about to be into davening. So I remember when I was in Chaverim, I don't know how long ago, and one of my rabbi in Maganov, and
Who's your rabbi?
Rabbi Malachi Pagan.
Rabbi Pelgon.
Yes.
Sure. I was a Maganab boy back in the day. I remember Rabbi Pelgon.
Yeah. So he spoke to my other rabbi to speak to his class about davening and about davening, about not to talk, and everyone was crying, and I was crying also. He was crying about that guys just focus on davening, and there was a kid. I'm forgetting his name. He asked me a question about. He said that when this question I didn't process this question. He said that when you were sick with cancer in the hospital, I don't know if he knew that. And he said when he was sick in the hospital, how did you daven? And I said to him that I daven was to get this cancer away, and I told him that I didn't think about the cancer. I thought about the davening and just if it kept davening, it went away. So few years back, this kid sent me a whole letter about me of davening. He said that I'm davening and
wow.
That and
took the inspiration.
Yeah, and my mother put a frame of that letter in my house.
You uplift other Jews.
Yes.
You uplift other Jews. Use your words to inspire and uplift other Jews. Oh, we got tears in the studio. No, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. You use your words to uplift other Jews. To share what you have. Right? And like you said, sometimes you don't have to think about what's inspirational and what's not. You just look at the words of davening that the Anshe Knesset HaGedolah gave us, and you realize that Hashem gave us the power to say those words, and you just say the words of davening, and then someone sent you a letter to tell, and that uplifted you.
Yes.
You uplifted him, and he uplifted you. We use the words to uplift each other. It's a beautiful story. Thank you so much, Yochanan, for sharing. Shkoyach Yochanan. Wow. Shkoyach. We have a big celebration in the class today. In Shir, we had the schus of listening to two people laning. All right? Two people laning the Parsha this week. One of them is no longer in the classroom right now. But Josh, Harav Hagon Josh Shlita, is in the Shir room with us and is in the studio with us right now. Josh, first of all, Mazel Tov on your re-celebration of your bar mitzvah this week. Like we do once a year. We all celebrate our bar mitzvah Parshas once a week. Oh, well, once a year, not once a week. Once a year, unless you do celebrate your bar mitzvah Parsha once a week. That's you do you, man. That would be too much celebration for me. So first of all, Mazel Tov on your re-celebration of your bar mitzvah Parsha this year. And thank you for the beautiful laning, the maftir of Parshas Metzora.
Yeah, I just keep practicing my portion every year to get ready for the next day.
That's beautiful, and you're gonna lane it tomorrow. And wow.
I actually have
a friend, a close friend of mine, is having his sister bat mitzvah, so it's also his person too.
Very nice.
3 of 1st to the 5th. My dad is 3 and the 6th.
And you're gonna do the 7th.
7th and Matya.
Wow, incredible. Okay, well, see that that's a beautiful way of using speech for something good, right? Using it to lay in the Torah, like Yochanan said. Yochanan was able to speak to an entire class and inspire. You're gonna lay in the Torah, and you're gonna lay in for an entire shul.
Yeah,
it's beautiful.
Yeah,
that's beautiful. Kala kavod. And this parsha is all about the tzaras that you can get from speaking lashon hara, right?
Yeah.
So this hits close to home for you because this is your parsha, right? This hits close to home to you. Can you tell me about a time where someone either said something to you and lifted you up and made you feel great, or you said something to them and you made them feel great?
Well, actually, my best friend who I grew up with, he's been showing me to have compassion, understanding, faith,
Wow.
loving, support, and
He's been having those schmoozes with you.
yeah, and me and him go way back. We have fun times. We
Yeah.
walk around. We express love that we both need. Yeah.
That's a great example of, like, if it's the right person that you're close with, you can have those hard conversations.
And he also hyped me up. That way I hyped him up.
You hype him up, he hypes you up.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? That's fantastic, right? We use words to hype each other up. Robert hypes me up all day. Right? Robert comes into the shear room, and Robert's like, let's get steiging.
Straight.
Right?
I do.
Yeah.
Robert's the best.
Robert's the best.
Straight.
Shkoyach, Joshua. And again, Mazel Tov on your re-celebration, and Hatzlacha tomorrow, laning for the shul. Shkoyach to everyone. Wishing all of our guests and all of our listeners, the entire shir, the entire Makor College experience, and all of our listeners, from our family here at MCE to your families wherever you're listening, a good Shabbos, a good Chodesh, and looking forward to speaking with you guys again soon. Have a good Shabbos.